This is a story that defies logic. A story so strange, so deeply unsettling, that it tore apart a quiet, suburban town and forced us to question the very fabric of time and life itself. It's not a ghost story. It's not a sci-fi flick. It's an unsolved police file from 2023. Her name was Sarah Jenkins. She was 16 years old. And according to the medical examiner, Sarah Jenkins died brutally 36 years before she ever stepped foot into Northwood High School. Stay with me, because this rabbit hole, it goes far deeper than you can imagine. The date was September 5th, 2023, back to school day at Northwood High. Among the usual chaos, one student stood out, Martha. That was the only name she gave. Martha, listen, I'm just going to need your parent or legal guardian to sign this enrollment form. You're listed as independent ward. Who's filling that role? There is no one, sir. I'm new to town, completely alone. I need to learn. Northwood had never seen anything like it. A perfectly polite, seemingly intelligent girl appearing out of thin air. No birth certificate, no medical records, no permanent address. The school, bound by local ordinances to educate any minor, reluctantly enrolled her. It was a bureaucratic headache, but it was just a headache. Until the fingerprints. Standard procedure for all new high schoolers in the state was a quick biometric scan, a safety measure. The digital prints were supposed to hit the database, match nothing, and be filed away. But Martha's prints, they triggered a code red priority alert. Unbelievable. Run it again. Cross-reference the old city files. The match was 99.9%, a perfect anatomical match. Martha's modern fingerprints belonged to a file from 1987, a girl named Sarah Jenkins. Sarah Jenkins was found in a drainage ditch outside the old Northwood city limits in October 1987. Cause of death? Blunt force trauma. The case went cold immediately. It was the darkest chapter in the town's history. But now, 36 years later, her fingerprints were enrolling in algebra class. Get to Northwood High, don't alert the school, and for God's sake, pull up the autopsy photos. I need to see if the face matches. Detective Reed arrived. She didn't need the police file to tell her what she already knew. The resemblance wasn't strong, it was identical. Martha, the 2023 high school student, was the physical, biological twin of Sarah Jenkins, the 1987 homicide victim, except for one terrifying detail. Sarah Jenkins had a small, unique birthmark, a jagged, light pink scar just above her left eyebrow, a detail verified by her family and documented in the autopsy report. Martha, she had the exact, unmistakable scar. Detective Reed pulled Martha out of class, bringing her to a private interview room. The police had no choice. They had to ask the impossible question. Martha, we ran your fingerprints. They matched a girl named Sarah Jenkins. She died here, in this town, a long time ago. I know. You know? How do you know, Martha? Because I was the one who found her. This was the moment the floor dropped out. Martha wasn't claiming to be Sarah. She was claiming to be a witness to a 36-year-old murder. Sarah was my sister, my twin. We were living together, secretly, after running away from our foster home. No one knew we were twins. When the police found her, I ran. I kept running, until now. The story was almost too convenient. A perfect explanation for the twin-like face, the identical scar, and the lack of a paper trail. But the fingerprints? If you're her twin, your prints would be similar, yes, but they are not similar, Martha. They are identical. Identical twins have different fingerprints. It's a biological fact. You are Sarah Jenkins. You're wrong. I need to finish what she started. I need to know who did it. She never got to graduate. This emotional plea was masterful. It played on the detective's empathy, but the police didn't leave empty-handed. They took a DNA sample, hoping to finally close the chapter on the 1987 cold case, even if the result was something they couldn't explain. 2 days later, the DNA results came back. and they shattered the case into a million pieces. The DNA from Martha's cheek swab was a perfect match to the blood samples collected from the 1987 crime scene. Martha and Sarah Jenkins were not just twins, they were the same person. The medical examiner was forced to release a statement, cold and horrifying. The DNA is identical, but the current specimen is that of a living, healthy human being. The 1987 specimen is deceased. It was biologically incomprehensible, medically incomprehensible. A girl with the exact same DNA, the exact face, and the exact fingerprints died in 1987, but was alive and enrolled in school in 2023. The police issued an arrest warrant, not for murder, but for unlawful identity usage, the only charge that fit this impossible nightmare. They returned to Northwood High to take Martha into custody. They found the classroom empty. They checked the P.O. box. It was a temporary rental, paid in cash, canceled the day before. The landlord of the alleged apartment where Martha was staying had never heard of her. Martha vanished as quickly and silently as she had arrived. She left behind only one thing: a handwritten note addressed to Detective Reed. It simply read, "It was my foster father. He pushed her. Now I know, and now I'm done." The foster father? He had been the lead suspect in 1987, but he had died of a heart attack in 1995. Was Martha a time anomaly? A twin who stole her sister's identity but somehow inherited her fingerprints? Or was she in fact the ghost of Sarah Jenkins, brought back to life by some cosmic mistake, given just enough time to solve her own murder before the universe corrected itself? The case is officially cold again. No Martha, no explanation, but the files remain. The 1987 autopsy and the 2023 DNA test, both on file, both proving the same impossible girl existed in two different times. What do you think happened to Martha? Let me know in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more strange, dark, and mysterious stories.